Software.com, accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I started my first business in the basement of a factory over 30 years ago. We had no heat and no air conditioning. Instead of customers, our office visitors were rats, birds, flies, and snakes. Our office flooded often, and we used blankets as our office walls. We were broke and needed help. That's why I created Patriot Software, to help small business owners with simple payroll for 1 to 100 employees. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
With patriotsoftware.com, accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now.
You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com.
Or your app store.
You are tuned into WWE Lakeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Woo! And we are back with another installment of the number one rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, KC Pride. I was off last week, so y'all had to excuse me. I got to get back into it. So I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving. It was very, very quiet. We zoomed a little bit, but other than that, we stayed safe. We stayed home. So I hope everybody else joined in on staying in. Got a great show for you today. 3 great guests. I got calling in from New York, Bobby Akumah with the Dare to Dream program. Following up, Neshama Crosby Jones discusses her new book in early childhood development and all the things that she's got going on with her Lil Bhudda's moral art series. And in studio with me, I always love my in studio guests. So in studio with me today, I got Patrice Laird-Walker. How you doing? From APS.
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. You are so welcome. So let me get a few things out of the way. To all of my men who like to stay looking good and stay on top of their game and looking sexy, I want y'all to go see my personal barber over at Studio 1211 in Douglasville. He's located right there at 6405 Fairburn Road. Call and schedule an appointment 770-485-6772. Again, that's Studio 1211 Barbershop. Man, he do a good job, don't he?
He does.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if y'all can see me or not, but I'm just saying. Join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow for the Black Business Networking event with Urban Atlanta over with Corey Moore and the Networking King himself. Tomorrow it starts at 10 a.m. I will be speaking and hosting one of the rooms there for the Atlanta Business Journal, and you can go register for that event now at urbanatlanta.org. So 2021 is right around the corner. Are you prepared? Is your business prepared? More importantly. So I know we're in uncertain times right now, but I want to help you succeed in 2021. I am hosting a mastermind session this month, and you can join. I want you to send me an email at connect@KevinCPride. And trust me, if you own a business or you want to grow in spite of what's going on, email me at connect@KevinCPride.com. Put in the subject line mastermind, and I will definitely get back in contact with you and show you how you can get registered for that event. So, well, Miss Patrice, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm trying to get back into it.
I see.
I was off last week. Every time I'm off, I have issues when I
It's
come
hard.
back.
It's hard.
And I've been working from home. It got so cold out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I mean, it was snowing. My child ran in the house screaming and hollering. Talking about it's snowing. It's snowing. I'm
It
like,
was
wow.
pretty. It looked good.
It was. It kept me at home too.
Yes. But it was an Atlanta snow.
Yes. But it looks like we might have a nice white winter this year. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, tell us what you got going on with Atlanta Public Schools and this Race to Read campaign. Explain to our listeners and our audience what the Race to Read campaign is all about.
Great. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with you and all of Atlanta a little bit more about Race to Read. Our APS students are quite familiar, but our community members may be just learning or learning for the first time about this wonderful reading challenge.
Okay.
The vision 3 years ago when Race to Read first started was to basically get our kids excited about pleasure reading.
Okay.
So often our kids are, they learn how to read in the early years, and then they read to learn in the later years. So we want to teach them how to just read for the sake of reading, just to enjoy a good book. As adults, we know that books take us many places, and we use that to de-stress sometimes. After a long day at work, you might go home and read your favorite book or listen to your favorite book. When you go on vacation, you sometimes pack your favorite book to take with you so you can catch up and read. So we know that we must teach our kids how to exercise that reading muscle.
Okay.
So Race to Read was born from that. 3 years later.
Okay.
3 years later, it's grown.
Okay.
And we want to include the entire city, not just the students of APS. We know that our kids look at adults and they model the behaviors that adults present.
Okay.
So if our adults model the habit of reading every day for just 20 minutes, our kids are going to look at that and they'll emulate what they see.
Okay.
So Race to Read is encouraging not just the APS students, but all citizens of Atlanta to help us build an entire city that reads.
Wow. That is beautiful. And I am so for it. I mean, reading has been probably one of the most fundamental things in my life.
Yes.
Being a good reader and just loving to read has been one of the most powerful things for me.
Yes.
And I mean, it's helped me grow a large, wonderful career.
And the thing about reading that adults may take for granted because we do it all the time is that it empowers you. So if you have a question about something or you want to know a little bit more about someone, all you do is pick up a book and read about that person. Or you may search something on the internet and find, okay, yeah, my curiosity has been sort of kind of sparked. I want to know more.
Okay.
So that's what Race to Read is about too. It's just empowering not just our kids, but all adults, everyone.
Now, is this more about picking up a book and reading or just reading?
Just reading.
Because I do a lot of reading. Like,
oh, that's fine. That's what it's about. Reading anything. I say books because I'm the library lady, as the kids say. So I have a slight bias towards picking up a book, but it's anything. Some people like to read a magazine.
Okay.
That's fine. Some people, we had a kid who was logging in our Race to Read challenge, and he said he was reading his Instagram page. Yeah, that might be pushing it. But, reading on Instagram. But it's okay as long as you're engaging with print. And what we don't want to happen is that our kids, if we think about it, we've been away since March. Okay. So that's 9 months that some of our kids, especially the ones who live in book deserts, they haven't been able to interact with print.
Wow.
So unless they have a home library, they don't have access to just holding a book in hand.
Wow. So
if we don't remind them, hey, that's important, they may not ever remember, let me pick up a book and read for 20 minutes. So the goal of Race to Read this year is to remind our parents, hey, you can be a part of this too. Okay. You can create a challenge at home, 20 minutes every day, from the youngest child in the house to the oldest. the oldest person in the house. Everybody can participate. Just pick up anything and read for 20 minutes. And you can create a challenge within a challenge in your own house. And you can say, hey, we want to see who reads the most in our house.
Well, while we are racing to read, I have a call on the line, and he is daring to dream.
Okay.
Introducing to the show, Mr. Bobby Akumah. Bobby, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm all right over here. Yes.
All the way from New York City. How we doing today, Bobby?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. I'm sitting here with Miss Patrice from Atlanta Public Schools. We're talking about reading and the Race to Read campaign that we have here. But I know that you guys got some great things going on up there in New York with your Dare to Dream program.
Yes. So Dare to Dream is a 501c not-for-profit which empowers youth through sport. So what I do is that I use soccer as a model to bring them in and mentor them.
Okay.
Because
so the soccer is just to get them to come in.
I use myself as an example.
Okay.
Yes, right.
No, you were saying that the soccer is just the thing to get them in so you can start filling them with knowledge, right?
Yes, because I use myself as an example. Because growing up in New York City, especially in the Bronx, I only stayed away from trouble through sports. So if I because I had a personal interest that kept me in class and going outside and doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. So if anyone has a personal interest in something, that's when they keep going back. So yes, there are times where we have different after school programs, but if it's not to the interest of the youth, they're not going to go back.
Wow.
That's why I use soccer.
Now, what age groups does this apply to? Is this just open to all children, or is this certain kids of certain ages? Or
yes, it applies to kids ages 8 to 19.
From 8 to 19. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So you got so we're daring to dream. We got the soccer program going. Christmas is coming up. What are you guys doing for Christmas?
So right now I'm doing what we call it a holiday toy and gift drive in New York City for kids in the shelter system. So the goal is to donate at least 50 to 100 toys for youth in the shelter system.
Wow. Now tell us a little bit more about the Dare to Dream organization. What are some more things that you guys are doing in the community and places that you're helping?
Well, right, the Dare to Dream program is divided into 4 parts. We have the education, college access, life skills, and the physical education aspect of it. And I'll just give you a brief breakdown. When it comes to the education, we make sure that when it comes to the mentoring, the kid is not only playing soccer, but also they get it homework assistance, whether it's math, writing, English. Then we have reading programs that we give to them. You know, there are monthly challenges. Let's see how many books that you can read.
Wow.
And where everything, if you're doing it, if there's a reward and incentive there for the kids, that's when they keep doing it.
Wow. Okay. Now, what type of rewards and incentives are you giving them to learn?
Gift cards to Game Shop, Target, different places.
Wow. Okay. So we giving out gift cards, we reading, we learning. So tell us a little bit more about the Dare to Dream organization. How long have you guys been around?
We've been around for a while, but we finally got our approval from IRS during the middle of the pandemic, as I was actually conducting soccer on Saturdays in the school in New York City and in Harlem, where every Saturday I was going there and I was giving them soccer clinics to kids who had never played soccer before.
Wow.
But the moment they started, getting into it, it caught their interest right away. Now,
why soccer? Why? I mean, is it a personal thing with soccer, or why soccer? Is it certain skills in that game?
Yeah, soccer is a personal. No, it's a personal thing because growing up in New York, soccer is all I played. That's what kept me out of trouble. I played on
where in New York do you play soccer? Because I was up there not too long ago, and I didn't see nowhere to play no soccer. I seen you play the streets and pavements, but I didn't see nowhere to play no soccer.
And I use soccer because if you go in every corner of the globe, there's soccer being played there.
Okay.
And in New York City, there are a lot of immigrants in New York City, and soccer is one of the main sports that's played. And I've played it on every level. And being from the Bronx, I see a lot of youth who have a lot of interest in it, and they have a lot of talent. But majority of the time, the talent goes untapped, and it goes to waste. So that will bring me into the college access part of the program.
Okay.
Where we prepare them with SAT prep, college application, and personal essay. Because we know before you could get in college, your personal essay, you really have to be good. Then we take them on college tours. Because as you are physically there, that's when the interest grows that, you know what, I like this. I actually want to go to college. Okay. Because when you live in the underserved community, most of the parents don't have the financial needs to, let's say, plan for college tours. So kids from the underserved community are always a step behind. So that's why we want to step in. We're not going to be able to help every kid, but cure it a little and provide them with these opportunities.
You know, that is so true. If you really don't have those type of experiences in life, then you really that's not even a reality for you. Because I remember growing up, you know, that was really not a big thing in our household. You know, as soon as you get out of high school, you're going straight to college and this type of stuff. And honestly, I messed around and stayed out for 2-3 years before I actually decided, all right, let me get up and go to college and do something a little bit better with my life. But that is so true. And it's so wonderful that you provide these experiences for these children, these opportunities to see this and see it as a real reality, because it's so much difference between actually experiencing something versus someone telling you about it and trying to provide that story to you, when you actually get to go touch it, feel it, see it, and see how big those campuses are and all the people around.
Yeah.
So as we are starting to end this, how can people get in contact with your organization, or they can donate to you or help you guys out? How do we help you out?
Well, we're open for anywhere. We're a small not-for-profit, so, you know, with the world that we live in, the bigger you are, the more you get, and the smaller you are, the harder it is to access resources. So if anyone wanna get in touch and see how they can help us, they go. Our email is there. The number 2, dream 1319 @gmail.com, or they can follow us on Instagram at DAQUIETSTORM, the number 13. And they can follow us over there, or call us if they want, because we are open. We want to help as many kids as we can, you know, in the Bronx.
Now, do you have a website?
Not yet. That's something that we're still working on.
Okay. Well, if you need somebody to do a website for you, let me know. We can definitely handle that for you. Well,
okay.
Thank you so much for giving us a call. What's the weather like up there right now? Y'all cold up there too?
I didn't hear you.
I said, what's the weather like in New York right now? Y'all cold up there?
Oh, it's getting cold right now. Yeah,
really?
the weather is changing over here right now. It's getting a little chilly.
How's the COVID affecting things up there? Is it finally starting to get better? Y'all starting to reopen, or is it still kind of everything shut down?
No, actually things are getting worse now. So they're starting to close up again.
Wow. Is that affecting your program?
Oh yeah, it's affected it a lot, because most of the kids look forward to going on the field and playing and running, and now, you know, that opportunity is not there for them. So there's so much you could do virtually. They want to get out there and actually, you know, get down to doing the physical work, because our programs also help to cure obesity that the whole U.S. faces all the time.
Well, Bobby, thank you so much for joining us right here on the #1 rated business show. Once again, give me one way and tell me, how can people get in contact with you? Give us that email address one more time.
The email address is there. The number 2, dream 1319 @gmail.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Akumah. Stay in touch with me, man, and I'll be up there probably spring 2021.
All right. Looking forward to speaking with you.
All right, man. We'll be right back after this.
This pandemic has many people suffering. Are you stressed? Are you not sleeping well? Are you suffering from neck pain, back pain, or headaches? Chiropractic can help. Chiropractic is a natural healing art that can resolve many of your ailments. Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler of Align for Life are board-certified doctors of chiropractic with over 15 years of combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
If you want to be fine, take care of your spine. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
Is your business online? Well, in today's world, if you're not online, then your business is not going to survive. Do you have a WordPress website? Well, if you do, I want to make sure that you go visit my good friends at Fast Fix WP and make sure that WordPress website stays running smooth. Trust me, there is nothing worse than having a big presentation or have a customer on your site and then your site goes down. So I want you to go visit fastfixwp.com and make sure your site stays running smooth and stays online every time you need it. And we are back right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, KC Pride. Just in case I did not tell y'all, joining the show right now is Miss Neshama Crosby Jones. How are you doing today, Miss Neshama?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good. I know that name for some reason, Crosby Jones. Do I know your mom? Hawaii, Hawia Nofia Hawa.
Nofia, yeah. So Hawa Nofia is my mother.
Okay.
And yeah, so you do know her.
Yeah, she's been on my show before. So I know you got something great going on.
Yes, I heard. We're doing different things, different veins, but I definitely heard that show and was very inspired.
So you said our children today are so bombarded with so much negativity, and as a mother of young children under 10, you wanted to start to address those challenges. So this is how you came up with Lil Bhudda's Moral Art Series and Virtual Paint and Grow Entertainment. Virtual Paint and Grow. I'm sorry. So tell us about this whole concept, this idea.
So Lil Bhudda's Moral Arts is a book series I created as a personal development resource for children ages 9 to 13. And the series follows Naraya, an African-American female character known to her family and friends as Lil Bhudda, because she's very aware of the hints that her life experience offers her when she encounters various life situations.
Okay.
And the series is unique because Naraya, Lil Bhudda, shares these life lessons through her art. And I've layered the instructions for her fun painting projects within the stories so that the reader can complete their own acrylic painting like the one found in each book.
Wow. Okay.
And so, the goal of the series is to offer guidance in the moral decision-making skills of tweens and teens. Okay. And currently I am working to expand the content range so that in 2021, the Lil Bhudda's Moral Arts platform will also include virtual content that you just spoke about that can be accessed from the safety of home.
Wow. Okay. Now tell us about some of it. You said our children are bombarded with so much negativity. Tell me some of the stuff that you're addressing.
So each book has a conscious theme. Book one is about the theme is healthy stress management.
Okay. And
the topic that I address is intentional breathing and how to turn negative emotions into positive energy.
Wow.
First, I just really want it to be clear that my intention with the Lil Bhudda's Moral Arts series is not to project my own morality onto others.
Okay.
Okay. I don't believe that moral development is about being able to follow a specific set of rules.
Okay.
All right. What I'm trying to teach with the series is that there's a difference between life and circumstance, and that there are choices to be made within those small spaces of distinction. So it's tackling these themes is not necessarily trying to get your child to always rely on specifically like intentional breathing or these exercises. But it is hopefully going to equip them with the awareness of other options and other ways of stress management that they can start to apply and implement when they find themselves in certain situations.
Now, let's talk about some stress management in kids, because I'm actually starting to see that in my own children, like a lot of stress, especially my 13-year-old. And I know it's a stressful time to be 13. They think it is. Wait till you get grown. But what are some of those coping mechanisms that you teach through this series?
So they're not all surrounding healthy stress management. So let me say that. But give you an example of one of the because something that you said is something that I want to address because it is what people believe today.
Okay.
You said that my 13-year-old is feeling stressed, and you think it's stressful now, but wait till you get older. I have found that there are a lot of spaces where this is the attitude, and so we are addressing our children in this way. And what I believe is that true morality, right? It's the ability to learn and grow as life is teaching us how to be our best, like whatever that may look like for the individual. And what was becoming more and more disturbing to me was that I found that because of the values in our society were intersecting in negative ways. And what I mean by that is that our personal standards, our family standards, our cultural standards, and our social standards are not just intertwined, but they're tangled. And they're tangled to the point where there's no longer a clear boundary between what's healthy and beneficial and what's not. And I've watched, the lived impact of this on children, especially in the last year or so, with all the life changes being made in response to like the pandemic and social justice movements that, I realized that there's a very serious problem facing children that is not adequately addressed by simply teaching your child right from wrong.
Wow.
So when you say that, well, if you think it's stressful now, wait till you get older, it's actually a stress that is not being acknowledged because the fact is that listening to children who are in my immediate environment, like my nieces, my nephews, and their circle of friends, what it's shown me is that because of these entangled values, a lot of times right and wrong of a situation quickly slip through the cracks into these nuanced spaces, and some of them are very, very subtle.
Okay.
And we're expecting children to navigate these spaces. And as you said and pointed out, these are issues that even as adults, we're struggling with. So when children are away from home, they're not being faced with right and wrong as a specific. Okay. They're being faced with right and wrong at the level of principles. And so even though we don't understand that stress because we come from a time where you had the ability to develop the skill set needed to make good decisions and to see clearly through a situation, they're being asked to navigate these spaces without having that.
Wow. How much do you think social media plays into that? Because nowadays kids younger and younger are starting to be a part of this whole social media world. I fought my child up till she was 13 before we started Snapchat, and now she's on TikTok. And it's like the more that I see her interacting on social media, the more I see that it affects her. Like some days is not good days. I'm not getting likes and nobody likes me. And I keep trying to tell her you have to ignore that type of stuff. But how do you see that's affecting children today?
So this is one of those nuanced spaces of morality that I'm speaking about, right? Because children, right, they're on this social media. And from the adult perspective, we look at it and we say, well, you're on social media and, you have to ignore those kind of comments and things like that. But when you're making that statement, you're making it informed because you understand that you have to have self-love and you have to have some personal standards for yourself beyond what social media is doing. But from that child's perspective, they're still in the stage where they're emulating.
Okay.
So they're emulating the adult response, even in social media. I was speaking with my niece just the other day because a student who has, I guess she has a TikTok, and on her TikTok, she used the N-word.
Oh my God.
And immediately was, air quote, canceled by all of her friends, right?
Okay.
And my niece was expressing this to me in kind of a lackadaisical way. And I was asking her why it was that she felt so relaxed about it. And through the conversation, what I came to understand is her and her peers are mimicking the activity of someone saying something, inappropriate and what the response should be. But they don't actually have the depth of understanding as to why that thing is not something that you should say and why that thing is offensive. What is the consequence of this thought, this statement, this belief?
Okay.
So they're really just mimicking the activity of it. And since as adults, we're just like, well, I won't support that, that's canceled, or this, that, and the other. And then, they put out an apology, and so it's okay. Or, this was how this drama played out. And I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, you're 11.
Wow.
How is it, So that's exactly what I'm speaking about. It's like, yes, when we want to address these themes, we want to address them with our children in the terms of right and wrong. Ignore those comments. Don't worry about what people say about you. But it's deeper than that now because it is so intertwined with other values, without them having the depth.
Now, you've also added painting into this. Is that like an interactive type painting, or explain that part of it?
Yes. So it is interactive. The goal was to partner fun painting projects with conscious themes, short stories, because it gives the children the opportunity to get comfortable with self-expression. It gives them the opportunity to explore individual creativity and at the same time calibrate their moral compass, because the way I wrote the story is not in the cathartic method that most stories are being told from. So they take you into the perspective of that character and they let you live out this character's experience. I didn't write the series that way because I wanted the child to hear from a peer, from their perspective, how these things were impacting them, not necessarily the specifics about the circumstance, because as I said earlier, when your children go out, when my child goes out, they're not faced with a specific. The situation changes from child to child, from area to area, culture to culture, but the principle of what's being expressed and the emotional level that it's being expressed is what I really wanted to get across to the children. And I wanted something that would not only offer the guidance and the support, but something that would also reinforce their understanding. So the paintings are actually developed from the experience that Lil Bhudda is sharing. So that's, as she's sharing how she came to the conclusion of wanting to paint a particular thing in the painting as it reflected in her situation, you're also going through that process so you can start to connect your emotional state and how you express your emotional state.
Wow. Now, who are these books for? Like, what age groups are we dealing with this series?
So with the book series, we're dealing with age 9 to 13.
Okay.
And that is primarily because of the reading level.
Okay.
As well as the motor skill level to be able to do the paintings. So you don't have to have any painting experience in order to complete the project, but you do, as per being in a household, you do have to be able to know that the paint goes on the canvas and not on the wall.
Yes, I get that.
Okay.
Now you also got a video series coming out with this. Is this going to be like cartoons, or are these going to be like real life skits, or what is the video series going to be comprised of?
Okay, so right now, they are going to be me, and a couple of areas where me actually doing the painting, basically. So it's a guided painting, guided writing, writing series. And the meditations will be done as me doing it as well, but that's just out of necessity.
Okay.
I'll probably have, as I said, my nieces and nephews participate. But again, what I want to grow to is to actually have Lil Bhudda animated to be giving these instructions to the children as they are engaging with the virtual experience.
Okay. So I'm checking out the website. The website looks great. I like the Lil Bhudda sitting there as it comes in and animates. That's a beautiful feature.
Thank you.
So grow up,
I created
more
that
arts.
website myself. That's something that I do.
Go ahead. All right.
So I'm having like a moment of pride right now. So I'm very nervous about it. Yes, I was very nervous about it, and I'm trying to get it complete. I'm trying to get the links and everything to go live, but I can't put them live until the pre-order date.
I got you. Okay. So on this, I'm looking on the virtual studio. What will people be able to do in the virtual studio? Is this where you'll be doing the video lessons with them, or will there be some interactive tools there for them to paint on the screen?
Yeah. So there's going to end up being 4 series, and within the actual virtual studio, you will be able to go to what segment you're looking to engage with. So, for example, I do have the Paint and Grow series, and the Paint and Grow Entertainment series is the duplicate, the virtual manifestation of the Lil Bhudda's Moral Arts book.
Okay.
So the same way that in the book you get a short story and you get the layered with the painting prompts so that you can complete your own acrylic painting, that's how that series is run. But I wanted to expand it because I do know that there are children out there who are very fond of writing. And, the whole series is about creative short stories and about fun painting projects. And so I wanted to expand it and create something that would cater to those young creatives out there who are excited about writing.
Okay.
And so that is in the right company. And those are segments where I actually write with them. I give them a story starter, and we work on that story starter together. And then throughout the segment, you'll find creative prompts that pop up, whether they be visual, whether they be sound prompts, that you can incorporate in your story. And, we're vocabulary building, and, just having a good time because, writing in the company of someone else is a lot easier and comforting than it is when you're sitting with yourself trying to have the discipline to write through your thoughts and your what you want to express.
Oh yeah. I had to get over that whole thing of when I sat down, I had to make sure it was perfect sentence by sentence instead of just getting my ideas out. And I just get so exhausted with it, I give up. So, but luckily someone taught me how to do it right. So if someone wants to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's the purpose of the right company, in the right company. Yes.
Now, if someone wants to support you, or when is this launching? Because I see you say you're launching in time for Christmas, but when are you going to actually be launching?
So the first book, which is Life's a Breath and Then You Fly, is actually going up for pre-sale at the end of this week. So that should be available on Amazon for pre-sale on Friday. And as far as once it's completely launched, what I'm working on right now is trying to get it available in other places. like Barnes and Nobles and Target and Walmart.com. So that's what I'm working on right now. And so that hopefully will be done by mid-December so that people can pre-order or order their books. And if they go to my website, which is the Lil Bhudda moralarts.com, what they can do is they can put their information in the subscribe list. And what I'll do is I will advance them the supply list.
Okay.
So that if they wanted to purchase this book as a gift for the holidays, they will also already have the supply. So then once they have the book, they can go ahead and start painting, start reading, and start growing.
Wow. Once again, what is that website so everybody can hear it and go to it and check you out and get their kids signed up on this wonderful program that you got going on?
It is Lil Bhudda moralarts.com.
Lil Bhudda moralarts.com. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show today. And tell your mom, I messed up her name again. I couldn't say it right when she was a guest the first time. But tell your mom I said hello, and I hope she is doing wonderful during these times.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on.
All right, Neshama, have a good one. And we'll be right back.
This pandemic has many people suffering. Are you stressed? Are you not sleeping well? Are you suffering from neck pain, back pain, or headaches? Chiropractic can help. Chiropractic is a natural healing art that can resolve many of your ailments. Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler of Align for Life are board-certified doctors of chiropractic with over 15 years of combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
Auto accident, wellness care, slip and fall. We take care of it all. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
Is your business online? Well, in today's world, if you're not online, then your business is not going to survive. Do you have a WordPress website? Well, if you do, I want to make sure that you go visit my good friends at Fast Fix WP and make sure that WordPress website stays running smooth. Trust me, there is nothing worse than having a big presentation or have a customer on your site and then your site goes down. So I want you to go visit fastfixwp.com and make sure your site stays running smooth and stays online every time you need it.
I almost gave y'all a woo right then. I almost did a woo right then. I said, no, I ain't gonna do it. I'm tired today. Anyway, so we are back right here on the #1 rated business show, right here on the Real 1100 AM. Talking to Patrice Laird-Walker. Once again, talking about the Race to Read campaign that's going on in Atlanta. This is a very powerful campaign trying to get everybody in the city to read. And you don't just have to be in Atlanta. You can be all over the state of Georgia. Can they be all over the nation?
They can be anywhere.
All right. So let's start from the top one more time.
Okay.
Tell us, what is the Race to Read program?
So Race to Read, the vision began 3 years ago, and the Library Media Services Department and APS, Atlanta Public Schools, wanted to create some reading enthusiasm amongst our students.
Okay.
So we thought, why not get our kids excited about reading whatever they want to read? Not telling them what to read, but letting them have some choice and feeling empowered.
Okay.
So for just 20 minutes a day, they can read the cereal box if they like. They can read whatever, but just read and log your minutes for 20 minutes a day.
Okay.
Well, the second year of our challenge, we reached out to nonprofit organizations and business partners, and they decided to join in with us to lift this in the community.
Wow.
So Urban League of Greater Atlanta, Page Turners, Make Great Learners, the Atlanta Speech School, and Everybody Wins decided, sure, we want to help. So this year we have a lot of partnerships, and they are all helping us with this heavy lift of reaching our goal, our citywide goal of 10 million minutes by July 31st.
Wow.
So we are excited because we are almost at 2 million.
Almost at 2 million minutes read.
Almost at 2 million minutes read.
I gotta start logging mine.
You gotta start logging.
All them emails I read in a day, I can get you 8 hours quick. All right.
Right. So read and log Anything. I'm a little bit partial towards books.
Okay.
Because I'm the library
I know you keep talking about the print books.
Yes. But I understand there are several different modes and
Okay.
different ways that people engage with print. So that's fine, or engage with words. So that's fine. Just log and read. And the excitement for me is knowing that we're building a city of readers. And I know that when we have a city that reads, Atlanta will be a city that leads. This is something that our kids for generations to come will be able to have as a healthy habit. If our children who are students in APS right now become healthy readers, they will raise children that are healthy readers.
Now how about a big of a problem is literacy in Atlanta? Because I've heard it's pretty bad.
It's hard, but we have a lot of teachers and principals and administrators who are working really, really, really hard to make a difference.
Okay.
And no matter what the bottom line is, if you want to build readers, they just have to simply read.
Okay.
There's no magic pill. There's no magic curriculum. It's just a matter of reading at home, at school, everywhere. So one of the concerns right now is the absence, that face-to-face absence. We're doing virtual learning and things like that, which is good. But we know the power of being able to interact with our kids, the relationship that we build with them, the habits that we model for them and teach them about what it means to be a good reader.
You know, that is so true when you say modeling these habits, because I think a lot of times if you don't get that buy-in from parents like you need it,
exactly,
then the kids are not going to follow through with it. Because if they don't see you doing it, then I'm not going to do it. You can say it all you want to,
right.
But I'm not going to participate.
And that's what makes Race to Read so special.
Okay.
Because it's something that happens at home. Yes, our kids do read in school and they get time with their teacher to interact with print. But when you see mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, TT, Nene, all of them, when you see them buying into this reading 20 minutes a day thing, do you know that kids who read 20 minutes a day interact with 1.8 million more words a year than kids that don't?
I did not know that.
Right.
That's a big statistic.
That's big. So for kids who never pick up a book or never read anything, they have lost the possibility of being exposed to 1.8 million words per year.
Wow.
So it's something that our parents can do for free. It's for free. Now, if you're saying, how do I get to books? I don't have a home library. And I know that is an issue for some families. But if your child is a student in APS, they have a unique partnership with the Fulton County Library System, where they get books with their APS credentials. They don't have to have a library card. And the unique thing and the special thing about that relationship, there are no overdue fees. So those financial barriers that once kept our families away from the local library are non-existent for our APS families. And that relationship is called ClassPass.
Wow.
And ClassPass affords all of our kids the opportunity to walk into any Fulton County library or use the digital resources on the library's homepage to check out a book.
Do you think more libraries are going to become virtual as we start to move? Because I see everybody like half of school now. I used to have like 8 books. Okay, every day I had to lug around and go back and forth. My child go to school on an iPad. Even when she go to school, she on an iPad.
She's got her.
So,
well, technology is here to stay.
Yes.
And we've had to adjust a lot of things in our life about, around the pandemic that I never thought I would do online, but I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you read an ebook or if you pick up a book, it doesn't matter as long as you're interacting with words. Now, will it replace the face-to-face? I don't think
ever.
You could probably replace the service, but the quality of it is going to be compromised. I think it's important that we interact with each other. Face-to-face interaction, it's a lot to be said for that.
And honestly, I'm kind of like you. I like a physical book. Don't get me wrong, I read a lot on my phone and
Yeah.
my iPad, my computer, and this type of stuff. But it just seems like I'm more engaged with that physical book.
Yeah. I like
versus
turning the pages.
something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, it does something for you. I feel accomplished when I get to the end. And if the book is really big, I'm like, I did that. That's good. So our kids are the same way. They like to, it's a sense of pride when you complete a book. So whether it be an ebook or a print book, just to complete something, to say I did it, and it's something you do independently. If you are, I would say, if a parent is trying to help a child who is a struggling reader, don't shy away from co-reading, reading out loud, or working together.
Reading out loud is important.
It's important.
I found that because, like, my daughter, she got good at reading fast silently, and then now we're trying to get to work on. Hey, we need to read out loud. You got to be able to pronounce these words. You need to say this and process this information while you're talking.
Yeah. And that's the good part about Race to Read as well. If you have a habit of listening 20 minutes a day to your child read, or just reading with your child, you begin to engage in their progress as a reader because you're doing it every single day.
Now, where are most kids at now? Like, what Lexile scores? Because I hear them all over the board. Like, my daughter came home like
Lexile
900 the other day. I was like, that's great, baby. What it's supposed to be.
Well, every grade band has a target.
Okay.
So it depends on what grade your child is in. And every school is aware of that Lexile framework and where every student should be. So the best thing to do is to ask the child's teacher, what is the target for this grade? Where should my child be? And the Lexile is just a number that shows the complexity of the text your child read or should be reading.
Okay.
So it Race to Read is a little bit, the fun part about it is we kind of shy away from, here, read this right here. It's read whatever you want to read. And it might be below your Lexile, or it may be a stretch for you to read something above your Lexile, but it's up to you. You could push yourself. Or if there's something you like about Wimpy Kid, you're in the 10th grade, but you enjoy reading the Diary of a Wimpy Kid in the 5th grade, and you want to read it again, knock yourself out. Nobody's going to judge you. Race to Read it's a non-judgment area.
All right.
So you read whatever you want to read.
Now, you also talked about community partners. How can people in the community get involved?
Oh, that's a great question.
And what can they be doing to support this effort?
The first thing they can do is go to www.racetoread, and that's RACE, the number 2, READ.org, and join the race by creating an account. Start logging your minutes every single day, 20 minutes.
So when you go to the website, Race to Read, it's racetoread.org. So when you go to the website, as you start to scroll down the page, I see 2 options here. You see current APS student, and then you see new community and partner sign up.
Right. So Kevin, when you go home this evening, you're going to sign up on the side that says community, because you're not an APS student.
I'm signing up right now.
You're going to do. That's what I'm talking about. Be about it. Thank you, Kevin.
Lead by example.
That's right. Lead by example. So you would sign up on the community side.
Now, hold on. Y'all gonna be checking this, and then I don't log my minute. Y'all gonna be like, Kevin ain't reading nothing. Okay.
We do check, but no, we check because we have a Race to Read prize patrol. And so we pull up. If you are a top reader, we will pull up on you and we will give you nice prizes. We've given away bicycles, Chick-fil-A gift cards, Amazon gift cards, beautiful yard signs that says,
we're giving away books.
And we, of course, yard signs, and best of all, we give away books. We want our kids to have home libraries. We want all of our children to begin to invest in their home library and reading on their own. So a part of what we're trying to do is build readers, but we want to build a city that reads. We want every home in Atlanta to have a home library. That is something that if we had more support financially, we could do that. We can make sure that some of our families that don't have access to books in the house would have that.
Okay. Now, as I'm signing up here, I see it's asking me, first of all, how old I am. I don't know what y'all doing with that metric.
We just want to know, are our children reading? Are we encouraging the adults? Who's listening? Who's paying attention to this message? It's just analytical. That's all.
Now we can credit these minutes for other places, right?
Yeah. So let's say you live near Mary Lynn Elementary School.
Okay.
You want to donate your minutes to Mary Lynn. You can do that.
Okay.
Or you sign up under a business partner, Urban League of Greater Atlanta. You can donate your minutes to Urban League of Greater Atlanta.
Well, I'm a little partial to the Urban League because I'm a product of the Urban League. 10 years ago, I was in a business development program. So I know the wonderful work they do firsthand.
They do great work.
So I'm gonna donate my minutes to the Urban League.
I'm sure Nancy Flake Johnson is going to appreciate.
Y'all better not tell Nancy be looking at my minutes. Tell her to stay out
Nancy
my minutes.
is going to look at your minutes.
So what else can the community do to help you guys?
So there are 5 ways that the community can donate and help us to create or to continue to create this reading enthusiasm across the city.
Okay.
You can go directly to the APS partnerships page, and go to our website and you'll see the APS partnership link there. We have on our website, the Library Media Services website, under atlantapublicschools.us. Look under departments and find Library Media Services, and you will see a big Race to Read logo, and you will also see a link that says click here. And these 5 ways. One is through APS Partnerships Office. The second one is through Donors Choose. The third opportunity to give is to purchase First Book gift cards.
Wow.
And that is what we use to furnish home libraries for our readers. You can also purchase Amazon gift cards, where we are also we're purchasing bikes for kids, and we call that program Books and Bikes.
Okay.
And we also, of course, give away gift cards to local restaurants like Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, and anything, just the things our kids enjoy. We just buy gift cards and give that to them. Movies right now, that's something that they really aren't doing, but we have done that in the past. So the Race to Read Prize Patrol, goes out once a month.
Okay.
And so in the month of December, we're going to recognize our families that have challenges in the home, where they've created this Race to Read challenge in the home, and every child in the house and parents or grandparents participate.
Okay.
So that family has created this healthy reading habit. The home has a reading culture where every day everyone reads for at least 20 minutes. And the cool thing about it, once you start at 20 minutes, you'll build, and it'll be longer than 20
That's
minutes.
true.
So it's just building that habit. Start at 20 and read for more. You'll find yourself reading for more minutes. So we have several families that are doing that.
Okay.
And we're really excited to reward them in December. So look forward to that for my Race to Read students. We'll be out. The Prize Patrol will be out one day next week.
Now, real quick, because we're gonna have to wrap it up in a few minutes. But
Okay.
So now I'm looking at the Race to Read. I'm logged in.
Okay.
So for all these people at home that's listening, so once you sign up for your account, then it brings you to this dashboard. What's the next step? I'm gonna log reading. Can I backlog it? I gotta start today.
You got to start today.
Okay.
But let's say tomorrow you forget to log. On Friday, you could log for Thursday.
Okay.
You
so
can go back.
you can only start on the day. You can start logging on the day that you actually sign up for the account. You can't say, well, I done read 3,000 minutes this year.
Yeah, no, that won't work, Kevin. You just go on and start today. Your
Okay.
healthy habit will begin today. And every day, remember to log your minutes. And you never know, we might pull up over here, 1465 Northside.
Come on.
All right. You
I'm
never
just standing
know.
here with a book.
Okay, there you go. That's what we like to see. Can I shout out 5 schools before we go?
Please do.
Now, these 5 schools are super, super special because they are the top 5 Race to Read schools in our challenge thus far. North Atlanta High School, which is not far from here.
Okay.
They have read over 316,000 minutes, yes, since our challenge began. And they have 581 students participating.
Okay.
That's huge. Deerwood Academy, Deerwood has over 271,000 minutes. That is super cool because they have fewer students, 419 kids at Deerwood, a little small elementary school. Brandon Elementary School, they have 168,000 minutes. Already, they are doing it. They are really doing it. And new to the race, Peyton Forest Elementary School, 137,000 minutes. And they've only been participating in the past 6 weeks. So we're super proud of Peyton Forest.
Wow.
As well as Barack and Michelle Obama Elementary School at 129,000 minutes read thus far. So all of our schools are participating, as I said, collectively with our parents, our businesses. I want to challenge our fraternities and sororities to join this race. We are at almost 2 million minutes right now. We're sitting real close to 2 million.
Now, how long do we have to go before
we have until July 31st. So that's going to include our summer reading. And that's a huge push. So we're almost there. We're almost there. But we need you. We need the whole city. We need you.
Once again, somebody wants to support the Race to Read campaign. How can they find it?
You should go to Atlanta Public Schools.us, click on departments, then click Library Media Services, and you will see the Race to Read logo and a link for you to click and find the 5 ways that they can join and support us. We appreciate you. We need you. And this is great. I'm super excited.
Thank you so much, for Patrice, for being here and being a guest on the #1 rated business show right here on Real 1100 AM. This has been a great show today. It's been challenging, but it's been a great show today. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We'll be back next week, same time, same place.